What's up, everybody? Hope you guys having a great day today. The liberal media is currently turning on Joe Biden. They had a neurologist come on to NBC and actually talk about President Biden's mental health. Let's get into it.
I'm just going to use what we have so far, which is what we've seen, the president's interviews, and the information coming out of the White House. So my first question to you is, as somebody who's a neurologist, what you've seen from the president over the last 2 years, what you saw at the debate, the last few interviews, the way he speaks, the way maybe he walks, have you noticed anything that gives you a red flag as a doctor?
Oh, yeah. I see him 20 times a day in clinic. I mean, it's ironic because he has just such classic features of neurodegeneration. I mean, word finding difficulties, and that's not, oh, I couldn't find the word. That's from degeneration of the word retrieval area.
He's also overcome stuttering, though. Could that be part of that, too?
No, this is not a palatal issue or a speech discrepancy, which is very different from a lemino dysfunction, actual word retrieval, where you pick a similar question or talk around the issue, plus the rigidity, monotone voice.
Wait, go back to that, the rigidity. What do you mean?
Rigidity, loss of arm swing, standing up lordotically. You notice when he turns, it's kind of en bloc turning. It's not a quick turn. So that's one of the hallmarks of Parkinsonism is rigidity and bradykinesia, slow movement. And he has that hallmark, especially with the low voice that said was a cold hypophonia. A small monotone voice like this over time is a hallmark of Parkinsonism. I could have diagnosed him from across the mall.
Here are some of the symptoms from Parkinson's. We just had him up there on the screen. If we can put him back. What about the movement? Some people have pointed out the way he walks. Sometimes it's not very fast, small steps. Is that something that is common in people who are battling a disease like Parkinson's?
Yeah, it's a hallmark. Shuffling gait, we call that. So little steps. Loss of arm swing from the rigidity. When we walk, we have a nice cadence. You notice he doesn't really swing his arms. And en bloc turning, meaning he kind of pivots around his foot. If you said, hey, President Biden, he wouldn't go like this. So, yeah.
But I also know, and tell me if I'm wrong here, it's very hard to diagnose Parkinson's, isn't it? It's not simple. I mean, I've heard that it can be.
It's one of the easier movement disorders to diagnose, actually.
Right,
but it's so clinic. There's very little other. And I'm a Democrat. I always say about this.
Right.
It's just like this guy is not a hard case.
You guys heard it right there. We have an actual neurologist that votes as a Democrat actually talking on NBC about Joe Biden's mental state and the possibility of Parkinson's disease. So I'm seeing that the liberal media is now just allowing their own base to see what a lot of us that are independents and on the right have been saying for years now. They should be held responsible for doing this to their own base. Always say here, man, the truth sets you free, man. I've literally never said that on this channel. With that being said, let's see what the Democrat politicians actually had to say after they left their meeting today regarding whether or not Biden will be stepping away from the presidency, which I don't think he's going to unless he has some kind of deal set up. So let's check it out.
If the president declines to leave voluntarily, then he's going to be our nominee, and we have to make the best of a complicated situation. I'm viewing it pragmatically.
I think that there are changes that people need to see to continue to feel comfortable.
My takeaway is great sadness that we are not having a conversation about the fact that we have two people running for president. One of them has a record that anybody would be proud to have, and the other one is an adjudicated rapist, a twice impeached convicted felon.
You still have a divided Democrat group there in Washington, D.C. amongst the top politicians. What do you guys think? You guys think that Joe Biden is able to serve another 4 years? What would that make him? 99? Something like that? I don't know. What do you guys think? It looks like he has Parkinson's, which is terrible. I don't wish that on anyone. However, I do think it's important for us to go. Do you think it's a good idea for Americans to have someone that does have cognitive decline, mental decline, being in charge of our nuclear weapons? What if something does pop off, something happens? Will he be able to go and make a good decision? If he's not making the decisions, who is making the decisions? Is Jill Biden making the decisions? Is Hunter Biden going to influence whether we go to war? You know, these are all questions that are legitimate questions, being he spent time with them recently, and they decided that he's staying in the race. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments. You watch your On Air with Nick Driver podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. If you like more videos like this, check out videos on each side here. or subscribe right here. Guys, have a blessed day. Take care. You're watching On Air with Nick Drive podcast.